Welcome to Curious Monkey Gaming, and welcome back to Podplumicky in Year 5, Spring. Spring is a time of getting a lot of things done, like paying taxes. Let me see, how much are our taxes? Go to management, and they are in the top, in the middle, on the right side. 5,000. Okay. Yeah, we don't have that right now. Good morning, Bogusz. Little guy's going for a walk.
How are you?
What's on your mind? How come people say they're lonely? Are they forgetting the voice in their head, or maybe they're just not very good at talking with it? Yeah.
Bye.
So Boguslav may be growing up to be a serial killer. Let's hope not. Where's Amelia? Where did Amelia go? On the compass, we should see her. If you look in the top middle of the compass there, you have a little wife icon or spouse icon.
Greetings, my love.
Good morning, Amelia. I just want to say hi. How's our little kingdom doing? Buildings are damaged. Yeah, it takes a while. But eventually, especially if you're building in wattle, which is the most fragile building material, your buildings will get damaged eventually. We can also see on the compass up the top there that the Herald has reappeared, which is cool because we need to go give him some money so that we can get a crest. We need to give him 10,000. We need 5,000 for taxes. So we're going to have to make a little money. Luckily, spring's good for that. First things first, let's go in the resource storage and check the money we have earned. We've gotten 2,500 from our market stalls. When your market stalls sell things, they put the money every day or kind of constantly in the resource storage. It also occurs to me I didn't change clothes, and I'm running around in Bogusz's thick winter gear. So let's change that. We want to get rid of everything that says warm, basically. And do we have anything that's nicer? We haven't made any nicer hot weather clothing, so we'll just wear the basic shoes, basic trousers. Thin boots, what do? They do no heat protection, whereas basic shoes do 2% heat protection. So we'll take the basics. Maybe, I keep hitting the wrong buttons because I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 again. Why have I still got the warm coat? Huh. Okay. I thought I had put them in here. All right. So, appropriately outfitted for spring, Bogusz can now start concentrating on making a little money. First things first, we still have over 1,000 flatbread in the storage, which can be turned into money. All the merchants' money has restocked because that happens at the beginning of every season. But first things first, we want to harvest all this rye. Why do we harvest it ourselves? Well, I'm glad you asked. If we go over to farming skills, we have skilled farmer, which means there's an absolute 100% chance to harvest additional crops. This only applies to me, to the player. It does not apply to villagers. Therefore, obviously you don't have to, but if you do the farming or if you do the harvesting yourself, you get more out of it. I don't want to do any other farming, so let's put away the bronze hoe. Can put it in there for our people to use. And let's go over here, get the bronze scythe and put it in our wheel. Can also put the bag in there for them to use. We don't need to do that ourselves. And we can dig into all this lovely rye. There's also something, I've said it before, there's also something quite relaxing about this. It's kind of an ASMR activity in a way, especially when you're doing it with a scythe, because it's so easy, it hits such a large area at once. It's just a nice thing to do. So I like doing it myself, but especially for the fact that you get a lot more out of it, a lot more harvest than your villagers will give you. Your villagers, I've said it before, but it bears repeating, farmers work differently in this game than everything else, every other job in this game. Your farmers, it doesn't matter at all what level they are or anything, they always work the same way. They will gather the same amounts and work just as fast and all of that. Where is Bill? Hey, Bill. You look tired, Bill. So, let's give him all the rye. He's not loaded down yet. It occurs to me, I'm still carrying around seedlings. I like to put seedlings in the barn. Don't have to, there's no reason for it, just I know that I can find them there. Absolutely unnecessary. You can also put them in the resource storage. In fact, you could put seedlings in any box that you really feel like. They totally don't matter, because the only thing you do with them is plant them yourself. So they don't have to be accessible to villagers for any reason. It's totally fine to essentially stash them wherever you would like. I didn't mean to call you Bill, sorry. False alarm, I need to go harvest. Did I miss one? Yeah. So I'll get all this harvest done and see you in a minute. So here we are at the end of the harvest. All the fields are empty and shorn. So just gonna put the bronze scythe back. Yeah, and we went through a couple bronze scythes. We had one that was pretty worn down already, and we used that one up completely, and another whole brand new one. So I'm going to put all the rye in the barn, because right now we don't really desperately need to grind it up ourselves. And if I remember correctly, leave Bill there for a sec. If I remember correctly, over here in the box at the kitchen, we have thousands of flour and rye grain already sitting there. ready to be used to make more flatbread. We didn't... I'm just trying to remember. If we go to management and go to the fields, we have... That one is oats rye. Do we have any that are with onion? Yeah, okay. So this one's getting onion. These two small ones are getting onion. So next season, when we bake flatbread, we can bake flatbread with onion, which will just make us a whole lot more money than normal flatbread. Let's see. We don't have any flatbread in here. We may have been, I don't actually remember doing this, but we may have been smart enough to put it in the food storage so it doesn't go off. Food, of course, lasts longer in the food storage than it does in the resource storage. You can put food in either storage, but at season change, it'll rot a lot more. Yeah, look at that. It's 91. At season change, it'll rot a lot more if it's in the resource storage and not in the food storage. Speaking of which, let's see what food Bogusz has. None. So, do we have a water skin? No, we don't. Not in there. We've got lots of dried fish meat. I'll take all of that. We've got bazillion flatbread. I'll take that. And it'll be, oops, it'll be way too much. I think it was, if I remember correctly from last episode, it was about 460. Okay, 500 right now I can carry. Just. So here's Bill. Good old Bill can take the flatbread. He's a little loaded down, and if we... Oh, actually, yeah, what we're doing right now is we're just transferring it to the resource storage, because we have a resource storage next to Piastovia, and that's the one we want to gather things and sell things from. Slightly slow ride because Bill and I are both overloaded. The other thing that's interesting to notice is we've got, I think, let me just check. Yeah, we've got a number of quests in our village. So we've got a villager over here who wants something, and a villager over here who wants something. We'll have to go in a minute and check out what that is, what those needs are. I'm going to keep a few flatbread just because they make good food for Bogusz. So, lots of flatbread.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. The other thing, I don't remember. I'll have to check in a sec. I don't remember if we have much bronze, but the other thing that's good for a little money making, and we need 15,000 if we can get it this spring. What's good for that is, oh wait a sec, we actually have onion, 500 onion in the resource storage. So next time we make flatbread, we will make flatbread with onion. Oh man, what am I doing? horseshoes. Equip those again. Just accidentally picked up Bill's shoes when I didn't want to. Yeah. The other thing that is good to make a little money, an easy, quick way to make a little money, especially when you have fast crafting turned on like I do, is let's check if we have a lot of copper ore. We only have a little bronze, but we have a lot of copper ore and a lot of tin ore. And out of those, we can make over 100 bars of bronze. And out of those, we can make bronze shearing scissors. And bronze shearing scissors are a great way to make money. A lot of people say bronze knives, but if you're just looking to make money, bronze shearing scissors are better. Why are they better? Well, a bronze knife requires 1 bronze bar and 1 stick, and it gets you 150. Well, it won't get you, but it says its value is 150 coin. Whereas bronze shearing scissors require 1 bronze bar and nothing else, and their value is 75, but every time you make one, it makes 2, so their value is 150. So, same value as bronze knife for fewer materials.
With great
So let's
power
make
comes great
a whole bunch of
responsibility.
copper
And the king
bars.
seems to be doing just fine.
And a whole bunch of tin bars. There isn't really much reason to not do this.
Blacksmith. It's all the same to me. I'm colorblind.
Blacksmith, whitesmith. You don't really need copper ore or tin ore for anything. There might be an occasional quest or something for it, but there isn't much reason to keep copper ore or tin ore. So you may as well. Oh man, now I'm totally loaded down. So let's drop those. Get the anvil.
No worries. I'll wait.
And make tools, bronze shearing scissors. We could make 81. Let's make, I don't know, 70. Just so that we have some bronze bars left over. Because I know, for example, that we're going to need bronze sights as well. Let's make 4 of those. It's going to last for a while. And I can't move again. If I open my inventory, Bill is nearby. I'm not sure he's near enough. Looks like he is. So, bronze shearing scissors. Why are they separated? There's 1 and 139, and they're all at 100%. Huh. I don't really understand that. Okay. He's got all of them. And let's get rid of the scythes. Actually, let's see. Am I carrying anything else? Why have I still got... Okay, something seems a little weird because I know I put the warm coat in the box in Bogusz's house. Or at least I think I did. So we actually got enough to pay taxes already. So I might just get that out of the way. There's no reason to hoard money in this game. You don't earn interest on it. There's no bank to put it in. Actually, let's see. If I take some of these scissors, it's funny. It should, you would think, if a mount has 100 kilos and the rider has 100 kilos, that it's 200 kilos and that's it. But it makes a real difference if you load yourself up and don't load your mount up as much. Then you ride a lot faster than if you load up the mount and don't load yourself, but you have the same total weight, which is kind of funny, honestly, but that's just the way it works. So I wanted to drop off the warm coat, and then I want to find Amelia because she can pay our taxes for us automatically.
The flowers are waking up.
Oh, that's sweet. Boguslav has noticed that the flowers are waking up. Yes, they are. So, get rid of the warm coat. We don't have any other... Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to look at it later when I'm editing, but I really could have sworn that I had already put that... See, and now I've got the warm coat still in my inventory. So it's definitely a bug. That is definitely a bug. Very strange little bug. Cool. Good to know. So that seems to be half a kilo that I... Wait a sec. That I just can't get rid of. Don't know what that's about. Very strange. Okay.
Onward!
So, I've got a whole bunch of bronze shearing scissors. I've got a whole bunch of flatbread in the resource storage ready to be picked up. I'm going to town anyway, so I can do the attacks myself. I don't need to get Amelia to do it. So let's go to Piastovia. So it just occurred to me, selling bronze knives in Piastovia would be stupid because, not bronze knives, bronze shearing scissors, because Piastovia is where we have this warehouse where we can pull out flatbread. And we don't have that anywhere else. So let's put all our bronze shearing scissors in the resource storage for now and take the flatbread as much as we can anyway. I think I can take... Could be another long ride. So even though I am totally loaded down, I can get on Bill and he'll still go, which is cool. yeah, we can sell flatbread in Piastovia, and then we can take bronze shearing scissors to other towns and sell them, because we'll probably, I don't remember how much we needed to bankrupt Piastovia last time, but it's not that difficult to do. So, wow, Bill, come on, put some effort in. Even when I sprint with him, he's fair enough. He's carrying enough Piastovia, enough flatbread for Piastovia and the entire kingdom, I believe. Poor guy. Poor Bill. Poor long-suffering, very patient Bill.
Damn, it's raining pitchforks.
It's
Actually,
raining
I
pitchforks.
need a new pitchfork.
Here!
So, if we, what we want to do is put some of those, oops, I ate one, eat a couple, transfer to mount. I don't really care if Bill can move, but it'd be good if I could. No place to dismount. Let's move over a bit. So, Unislava
friend.
looks hungry.
My wares, have a nice day.
I
And
love it when
Posmir.
it's bit. Hello there.
He was about to say, "I love it when there's lots of flatbread." I'm
Whatever
sure
you need. So long.
that's what he was going to say. So he's broke. So I can carry 140 kilos of flatbread, I think. Yep, just under 140.
How have you? Only be safe.
So this is actually why I called my town
How can I
Podplimiki.
help you?
I asked one of the devs on the Discord, I asked him what would be approximately flatbread town,
My words
In
never
Polish.
see around.
and it's roughly Podplimiki. And admittedly, they said it sounds really stupid in Polish, which I'm not surprised by. But I wanted flatbread town, and that's approximately what it is. So let's see. Is Markoslav here? Yeah, there's Markoslav.
How can I help you?
You can help me by buying 167 flatbread and bankrupting yourself, Markoslav.
My wares? Goodbye.
Your wares never disappoint. I've heard that. I have heard that. Let's get the last bit. I think Bill still had a little. Yep. Let's get all the flatbread. Get rid of it. Bankrupt Piastovia.
Damn it. Now I'm also complaining.
Now you're also complaining. We don't want to talk to her. I'm sure she's lovely, but we want
How
to
are
talk
you?
to Balim. And he'll take almost all of it, which is awesome. And then we have 14,000. We
Price
have
is
almost
up.
as
See you
much
around.
as we need to pay the herald
Living in a stolen village?
to get a crest and to pay the taxes. But right now we'll do the taxes part. He's always up there on the wall, which is kind of a pain. I should have gone the other way. It would have been shorter. Yeah, to get up on the wall, you have to go to the gate, because that's where the stairs are, and then run all the way around. dude is also... Oh, wait, there's also stairs behind his house. I forgot. And that's where he is now.
How
Very
do you
good.
do?
Here to pay my taxes. It's all there.
Bye.
And he's rude as usual. He's always rude. Miragod is a bit of a dick. The interesting thing is... what am I doing? If you do the quests, you will eventually learn a lot about him. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is the... What is it? It's like... Stay vigilant. A lot of people don't understand how this quest works, which is perfectly fair. Because it just said stay vigilant, and you... Like, it doesn't tell you to do anything particular, or how to solve any problem, or anything like that. Stay vigilant, you go to other towns on the map, not Piastovia, and do quests there, and eventually you will build up enough questing in those other towns that Stay Vigilant will progress. So that's how that works. Let's go back to town. So we're back in town, and all that there is to do that makes sense right now is go to bed. We had a day of harvesting grain and selling flatbread. And that's about it. End of the day. Tomorrow we need to sell a little more. Hi,
Hello,
Amelia.
husband.
How's the little kingdom doing? That's all for now. Okay. Her affection's at 100%. Her mood
See you
is at
soon.
72%. It's both pretty good. Let's sleep. Tomorrow, we might ride to Skauki and sell some bronze
The chair
knives.
deficiency in this village starts to be a bit annoying.
The chair deficiency. See, they will say things like that, and it's normal to maybe assume that that affects their mood mechanically. It's a fair assumption, but it's wrong. It does not affect their mood. Chairs don't have any mechanical effect on mood, but they will whine about a lack of chairs. So if you build them chairs, they will stop whining, but if you don't build them chairs, their mood does not suffer. Good to know. And I will build chairs back there, but I can't do everything at once. I have to, first of all, I have to get rid of these bronze shearing scissors. We don't have sheep, so there's no reason for me to keep bronze shearing scissors at the moment. And, whoops. And if we look at the map, we are basically straight north of Skauki. So if we go more or less straight south, we're gonna hit Skauki eventually. What that really means is we go down to the lake here, and there's a road that goes around it and then goes to the south. We're just going to follow that and go to Skauki. So here we are. Skauki is, well, basically all villages are smaller than Piastovia. So Skauki has Bojina and Wojciech,
How is life treating you?
who are merchants, and they can each take some bronze
Best good,
scissors.
take care.
And they have one other in Skauki, the lady who sells donkeys. But we've already got 12,000, so we've got more than enough already for giving the herald 10,000. basically all the way down the end of the road. Skauki's nice. I like Skauki. It's a cool little village on a bit of water. I think it's nicely done. So we've got another. We've got a there.
How is life treating you?
Vaklava. Show me your wares. How would you like to have many shearing scissors?
Can I interest you in some of my way? Good luck.
What I might also do, because a viewer actually asked me to, is get a female companion for Bill. There we go. So we have a lady donkey to keep Bill company. I'm going to have to think of a name for her.
People often ask me how it is to live here.
So I'm wondering, I've still got a bunch of, let's see how many, I keep doing that. How many do we have? We have bronze shearing scissors 31, and we still have about 100. So I might actually just take this opportunity. No, I don't want to ride all over the map just selling bronze shearing scissors. That's boring. Boring for me to do and boring for you to watch. So what I'm going to do is take a ride. Since I've got some money, I'm going to take a ride back to Piastovia and we'll pay the herald. And we can... this guy is here again. So we screwed this up last time. I'm gonna quick save just to make sure. We talked to him. Can I help you with anything? Coins so you can spend on alcohol? No thanks. I think I can think of some better use for them. I can offer you something better than that. A job and a roof over your head. What do you say? Really? You'd rather have a couple of coins than a house? All right, I'll take the house. People these days. So, I just recruited this dude. And if we look in management, his name was Svetoslav. Yeah, Svetoslav has a 6 in diplomacy, which is pretty cool. So, I'm going to put him in a house in the forest. There are no empty houses, but I can put him in a house with a lady. Let's, before we do that, let's check the houses. So the houses that have, he was 43. Your villagers to get married need to be within 20 years of each other. For you to get married, you need to be within 10 years of your intended spouse. But for villagers, it's 20 years. And everybody we've got is going to be, yeah, so house in a way doesn't really matter. We can put him in any house. So let's put him in this one. But job, we definitely want to put him in a market stall. Because he's got a 6 in market stalling, which is pretty cool. Let's put him in resources. We don't have much to sell. Herbs, we don't have much to sell. So let's put him in the tool stall. And this also reminded me, I completely forgot at the beginning of the season after I did the harvest, I forgot to put people back into the farm shed to do the fields. That's not good. That's not good at all. So I have a lot of miners. Let's see. Extraction. One of the confusing things is anybody working in the excavation shed is called a miner. And anybody working in the mine is called a miner. So by their job title, you cannot tell what they are doing, what they should be doing. what you want them to do. So I think one of the people in the excavation shed can get out, and maybe one out of the mine can get out, and maybe one out of the woodshed can get out, and I can put them all in the farm shed. Now, this is not the best way to do it. Really, if it hadn't been winter, I would not be doing this way at all. Normally, let me see, turn this all the way off because there's no one working there anymore. Yeah, normally I would not do things this way. Let's just have a look. We have, okay, so this is going to clear up. Those icons are going to clear up as soon as I close this. The excavation shed is damaged, and the tool stall is out of resources. They were selling bronze shearing scissors, and I took them. So that's a problem for them, but we'll fix that shortly. So he's going to walk back to town, back to Podplumicky.
But your ale is superb.
So, Brzbor.
How are you?
I think I'm worthy of using my own house crest. King speaks very highly of you. He often recalls your humble services while rebuking his insubordinate vassals. By his majesty's will, you're worthy of being granted your own crest. A modest donation of 10,000 coins is a mere formality to seal the deal. Our king's generosity knows no bounds. Please accept my donation. Send my gratitude to the king. So be it. This day is an important date in the history of your family. The crest will represent not only you, but all your descendants. I wish you the best of luck, sir. Send my gratitude to the king. 10,000 coin. And there's no music or anything, which strikes me as odd. You would think that that would be a big deal. But, yeah. That guy we just recruited, by the way, he... Actually, let me just check quickly how much money I still have. 2,800. I might, because we're going to have a horse soon. I think next season after, maybe summer or autumn. Oh, yeah, and there isn't anyone around who sells horse things. I don't think this... Yeah. You can only buy horses here. You can't actually buy... There's no horse stuff vendor, but I can make some myself. I can make a saddle and horseshoes
How can
myself.
I help you?
We're going to be lazy and go back to town this way. And here we are. So we can edit the crest now that we have a crest. And each of these is a thing that we can put on our crest. Could be that one. And you can see what they are over here. So they're all related to dares. Once you get a crest, you have all of these dares. So to unlock this one, you need to hunt a crow while starving with food status equal to 0, or experience the event miasma, or hunt a deer with a shot from less than 10 meters. These are all fall down from a donkey. I can unlock that one really easily. So yeah, these are all things that you can now start aiming to unlock. And the unlocked ones are at the bottom, or where are the unlocked ones? Huh. So I thought that it showed you the unlocked ones in here and would tell you how you got them. But maybe these are just the super default unlocked ones. So the way this works is you can change the shape of your shield if you want to. I like that as a basic shield. The background you can change, and the outline color you can change. I'll leave the outline color for now. And this is confusing to a lot of people. This is for your background color and your outline color, but you have to come over to the crest to change the color of the crest. A lot of people don't realize that you can, because it's kind of hidden below the screen, and you can change the outline color here as well. If you want to, you could change that. So I've got a pretty peaceful farming village so far, and I named it after Flatbread. So I think I might take the farming crest right now, but let's see what other options there are. Maybe there's something that is more. Eat at least 37 apples without closing your inventory. Can do that. Win a fistfight with a badger while intoxicated. Deal the final blow to a bear with a scythe. And so on. Sell beetroots to the beetroot baron. I'm just going to look through these quickly and see if there is a food-related one. Lose reputation by opening somebody's chest and placing something in it. Okay. That's interesting. Hunt a fox with poison. Hunt a hawk while being intoxicated. So there's a lot of drunk hunting ones. Starve with food status equal 0 while being under healing. Under a healing over time effect. Okay. Interesting. Knock yourself out while being drunk and poisoned. Okay, I can't even imagine how exactly you do that. Sell 50 scrambled eggs in one transaction. Keep going. Just looking for a food. Continue your gameplay as your heir. Sell items with a total value of 1,500 coins during one season. Didn't I just do that? That gets you an onion with a face on it. Hunt a fish with a bow. Experience the event we didn't start the fire. Hunt a rabbit with a poisoned iron bolt. Kill a Vezant with a push. I have no idea how you do that. Have 9 different types of crops growing in one field. Have all kinds of seedlings in one orchard. Ah, okay. So a lot of these are actually really easy to do. You just have to go to the trouble to do it. Obtain the overloaded status carrying only feathers. Interesting. Have 1,000 spoons on you. 1,000 spoons. Okay. That's kind of a food-related one. So could do that pretty easily. Kill 4 bandits in less than 2 minutes. Build a fence made up of at least 20 sections. Hunt 3 wolves with a bow in one fight. Okay. The other thing, which is down here at the bottom, is scale. You can scale these. So, for example, if I wanted that one to go off of the bottom completely, which I think looks a lot more like it belongs on the shield, I can scale it up that way. So we'll leave this one for now. Oops. I screwed that up. Yeah, easy to miss that this is down here. But it is. Good to know. Outline color is good. The outline color here is actually the outline of your shield, not the crest itself. The image on the shield. So we'll leave that as is. There we go. Podplamiki.
Only today, one for the price of two.
One for the price of two. What a deal. Our people... Let's get Bill over here. Our people in the tool stall in the market needed... There we go. The icon went away. Where's our Bill? There he is. And he's got a bunch of bronze scissors. We don't need to sell anymore. The thing we really needed money for was taxes and buying the crest. So I'm just going to let the tool stall sell those bronze scissors. If we look at the tool stall now, because we have super vendor dude, Svetoslav, we have him in there. We can see that if we put this up to 100%, he's going to be selling 8 a day, which is a lot more than a level 3 person could do. And he'll make us 600 coin per day. It's around 100 per level of the person that you put in there. So a level 3 is going to be getting 300 something. A level 6 is going to be getting 600 something. So we tomorrow on day 3 we're going to have to help out in the fields because I left it way too late. But you can see that we've got people over here working hard. Where's the fourth guy? I did put a 4th person in there, didn't I? Oh, I took one of them out of the mine and he's probably still walking over. Speaking of the mine, if we get our hammer out and we put it in repair mode, then when we walk up to a damaged building, we can see that it's damaged and where it's damaged. There is a building you can build to help you repair damaged buildings. So yeah, here we see everything's green except that one bit is orange. It needs 4 straw. We're out of range of the resource storage. So let's go run down to the resource storage and pick up some straw. There is a building you can build, and in that building you can put a villager in there and you can give him hammers. It's called the builder's hut. Give him hammers and he can repair things for you. It's really useful once you have a really, really big village, because at the beginning of every season things get damaged. And if your village has been around for a long time and it's really big and spread out, it can be very annoying going all over the place to repair things yourself. So in the builder's hut at the beginning of every season, you can just look at the list. There we go. Boom, that's fixed. You can look at the list in the builder's hut and you can assign broken buildings to your guy. And the mine working well. You can assign broken buildings to your guy and have him repair all of those broken buildings, but you have to do it manually. What are you doing, Alice? Taking a long time to get over to the mine. Yeah, the only sort of downside with it is that you have to do that manually at the beginning of each season. So who is the... Now I'm getting concerned. So I think we can also go over here. We can sort by profession and go to the farmers. Unfortunately, you can't really zoom the map on the right side, but if we look, farmer, 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 they are all in the same area. So, okay, now they're there. Yeah, okay, I see all four of them. So they're doing their work. They're getting this field planted with flax. Yeah, all good, all good. So the other thing I'm just thinking is we could, the kitchen has, okay, they're doing flatbread. Let's stop that and do flatbread with onion. As long as we have onion, we may as well. Pottage we don't really need on the list anymore because we never make it. So we've got gruel and flatbread with onion, and we've got tons of rye grain for them to make gruel out of, so it's all good. What, Blumicki? Oh, it's nice having a crest. So we've got the farmers over here. Like I said, I'm going to have to help them tomorrow on the third day. We might want to set the barn. We've got them doing what, 35 fertilizer a day, which is 70 manure. Pigsty is producing 93, and the farm shed, we've got about 300. I think we've actually got a bit less than 300, 280 or 290 or something, field plots. And that means we need that much per season. Seasons are 3 days. Farm shed is producing, I'm just trying to figure out how much manure we actually need. Not the farm shed, the barn is producing 35 a day. Well, first of all, let's make flour from rye grain. Why can we not? Oh, yeah. Because we haven't threshed the actual rye grain. So we could make, we had 93, that is 47. So let's put it there. 93 manure, you need fertilizer, you need 2 manure, so it's half. So, and then we can thresh rye grain for the rest, and we'll be making 6 a day. There is no reason to keep rye straight out of the fields. Rye does nothing. You can't do anything with it. Whereas if you thresh it, you get rye grain, which you can then cook or use for flour or whatever. So our barn is going to be doing a lot more useful stuff now, which means the people in it will level faster. The people in it are level 5 farming, both of them. If we wanted to, we don't really have anyone who's sitting around doing nothing, but we could put somebody else in there and they could level farming quite quickly. Although the farming levels are only useful if you're working in the barn or animal buildings, they don't do anything else. They don't help you in the field at all, as I've said before. I'm just thinking we might want to upgrade our fishing hut, because then we could get a lot more fish and salt it and sell it. This says no resources, but that will change as soon as I close this, I think. Whoops. Yeah, exactly. So that's finished. The hunting lodge 1, we could also upgrade if we want to, but I might leave that for now. The fishing hut, we can upgrade. The donkey shelter and hen house and all of that are fine. All of these are level 2s. There isn't a level 3 kitchen, so we've already upgraded that as far as it goes. There is a level 3 sewing hut. We could go upgrade our sewing hut. We don't have enough planks for it right now, but we can make some. That's fine. So that's buildings, production, sewing hut, and it goes over when you are upgrading. You can put it over the previous existing building.
Since that one day I was attacked by a furious squirrel, I always double check if there aren't any.
So it's just a matter of going through. We are in range of our resource storage. So all of these materials are just coming out of the resource storage. Okay, and we did have everything we needed for that. So what that allows us is a sewing hut 3 can have 2 people in it. We don't have any people in it right now, which is fine. But it could have 2 people in it, and we can make more things. We haven't unlocked a number of them. We actually want to unlock the saddle. I would like... Let's go over here and have a look. Saddles are here. Large saddlebag, ornate saddle. Costs 2,500 and needs 3 linen fabric that we don't have right now, but let's make 3 linen fabric. We can do that easily. So the cool thing about the ornate saddle, as opposed to the normal saddle, is it looks a lot more ornate or fancy, which is cool. But the other thing that's cool about it is it takes on the colors of your crest. So we've made a crest which is blue and gold, and when you put the ornate saddle on your donkey or your horse, not sure you can put it on donkey. I can also make a large saddlebag. Let's do that. We need 1 linen fabric. When you put the ornate saddle on your horse, it will be blue and gold in my case, or it will be green and red, or whatever colors your crest are. And it has a little thing on it where it shows your crest even. So it's pretty cool. I like it. So now we're outfitted. We've got an ornate saddle. We've got saddlebags, large saddlebags even. And I think we might have, maybe I'm wrong, But for some reason I thought we had... Nope, we don't have horseshoes. Where is our bill? There's our bill. Let's get it on our bill and go and make some horseshoes. And I'm just getting ready for having horses, which I think will be next episode. They are still too young. I checked on them earlier. They're still too young to ride. We can actually check horses. Okay, so the colt is 3/4 of a year, which means he will be 1 year next season, which means he will be ready to ride. Which is cool. Let's make iron horseshoes.
Hey! I was using that!
Yeah, you'll have to get over it. I need to use it. So those count as tools, iron horseshoes. So this is everything and the best of everything that we need for a horse. So we'll be perfectly ready when our, I think it's the Grey Dapple was the male, the foal, I think, if I remember correctly, that was the case. So what am I doing now? I'm actually just dropping these things off. There's this room on the side and it has a chest where you can put horse things, large saddlebags, ornate saddle, all of that. So that's there waiting. And if we go over and have a look, just to make sure. Oh no, the filly is the Grey Dapple. The colt is the male. The brown sort of golden color is the male, so he's going to be rideable before the Grey Dapple. I actually want the Grey Dapple to be my main horse. And if we look over here, we have a female donkey who just went to sleep on the ground. Get in your stall. What are you doing? Maybe she's lonely because Bill is always out riding around with me. The other thing I wanted to do, I realized that the donkey stall has the same thing that the horse stall has, or the stables has, namely a people side and a donkey's side. The people side is this over here with chest in it, and it would be kind of sensible if they were lined up. So I'm not sure what's going to happen to the donkeys when I do this, but I'm going to take a chance and I'm going to wreck. See, that building kind of doesn't exist anymore already, and Bill is still here, so I think we're fine. I just wanted to knock these down so that I could line them up better. Or line them up at all. So, donkey shelter. So, good way to get things lined up is if you've got a previously existing building, is just put the blueprint through it, and there you can see, of course, that's very crooked looking. But if you go here and you get the corner lined up, and then you get the front of it lined up, and then just walk in a straight line backwards. Why is this? Maybe it's all too slopey here. But that's really close together. I don't want that at all. Wow, okay, maybe I'm just a little screwed and I can't do what I was trying to do. Come up here, Bill.
Move on.
I'm just getting Bill out of the way. Huh. Maybe this isn't going to work the way I was hoping it would. Let's try it again. Donkey. Get this more or less lined up. Normally I don't care if buildings are too lined up, but with this specific building, or these two specific buildings, terrain is too uneven to build. Damn it. Yeah, with these two specific buildings, I really do kind of want to... Okay, that was the one, that was the spot that was too close together. I do kind of want to line them up. Because they have this... Now this means I have to rotate this all the way around. I usually avoid the rotation controls because when you open a building, when you start to put down a building, by default, it's 90 degrees from you. It's perfectly set up already, basically, to line up with things. Wow, that's really steep. But maybe it's okay. And there's some space, and it looks like they don't line up on the side at all. But no, they don't really line up very well at all. Whoops. And the hassle here is it's out of range. No wonder I'm confused. I am not building a donkey shed. I am building a stable, which is not at all what I'm going to do. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm an idiot, apparently. Sometimes a little stupid. So this is definitely a donkey shed. Man, I hope you, viewer, noticed that and have been having a good laugh at me for the last 5 minutes. So let's see where we can put a donkey shed. Maybe there? Is that too close? It's not too bad. So they can ride out here, and then I'll put a large space over there for them. Okay. 2 more stones. Man. I was like, why does it... It doesn't... It shouldn't have solid walls like that.
I feel famished.
Bogusz feels famished. And there's no reason for that because we have so much dried fish meat and flatbread and everything else. No reason not to be well fed, Bogusz. So, donkey shed is finished. And before we do something completely stupid, let's actually put the donkeys back in the donkey shed. Shall we? Donkeys have no home. Put them in there. And they have no food, but that's not a problem because the only thing that happens when they don't have food is they won't breed. And we're not really particularly concerned with them breeding. I like these crossed fences. How do we have 0 money? What? That's very strange and suspicious that we have like exactly 0. That never happens, basically. Sorry, Bill. Wake you up in the middle of the night to go and check the resource storage. Did we dump all our money? This is strange. Yeah, we don't have anything. Eh? So there's 800 there. I'm pretty sure that that's a bug. Because we definitely had a lot more than that. That is concerning. So I'm going to leave that for now, and we'll go to bed. I've heard people talking about like potential bugs with some resources disappearing or with some money disappearing, and other people have said, don't worry about it, it comes back. You just need to give it some time. So we'll see about that. It's kind of a pain if we just went to all that trouble to make money and it just disappears. But let's see. Let's see. Good morning, Bogusz. Day 3 of spring. Good morning, Amelia. Good morning, Boguslav. Where is Boguslav? Lazy little bastard, still sleeping. Get up, Boguslav.
Giddy up!
So, let's see. Coin is still not very much. Huh. That is somewhat concerning. But let's go down and deal with our stables and stuff. So what we wanted to do was put down a log fence, this one. Now we're not going to have enough to get a gate to go with it, which may be this one or maybe one of these, probably one of these. Sturdy gate or a decorative gate. But I'm going to leave those for now, and we'll just leave a space or make a space later. So this is what I was talking about, having these lined up, and they're not really lined up, are they? Kind of lined up-ish. So we'll get this as close to there as we can, and then we'll get it as close to here as we can. So we see we've got that fenced off. That means the horses and donkeys will not be able to come through. But we can go through on this side, here and here. So they're double-sided. So let's do another log fence over here. And I'm going to keep these pointed at the cardinal points of the compass. You can't see it at the top that well, but it says east. I'm going to bring this out. Really what I want is to line it up to the pig shed, pigsty. So let's... It's sticking back a little bit, that's fine. So that gives us a bit of a space there. And we're going to work in a gate somewhere. Probably right over here. I'm just running around checking this out. So... did we put this... Yeah, you enjoy your freedom for now, donkey lady. We're gonna fence you in. But it's gonna take a minute. The way you can measure things with fences is you see how it boop, boop, how it changes to another section. It adds another section. You can basically measure these out by those sections. If you want to have a consistent length of fence, for example, you can just say when it gets to boom, boom, when it changes to 3, that's my measurement. So I'm just running this up to the back of the pigsty. Yeah, and that gives the horses and the donkeys a pretty big space to chill out in. And I'll probably actually put the gate up here. Yeah, I think right here is probably a good spot for a gate. You can use a lot of logs very quickly doing these things. Just that you're aware of being prepared and having plenty of logs on hand. And we don't have enough logs, and we don't have enough range. So down there we're getting out of resource storage range. Which means we're going to have to load Bill up and get some logs to manually carry them down there. Back in my day, this is what we had to do all the time. Remote storage didn't exist. And we had to do this to do anything, basically. So let's unload Bill enough that he can move and put some logs back. And a much slower ride back down there. Unfortunately, there's no remote donkey storage. There's remote storage gives you a range around the food storage and the resource storage, but carrying things on your donkey doesn't count. That doesn't help you at all, unfortunately. So right here, we're not gonna do anything yet because I want to leave a space for the gate. Now you may be wondering how this donkey is going to get back in. They will magically get back into their stalls, no matter what you do, at nighttime, at the latest. I haven't got any logs left. Okay. That's alright. Bill's got the logs. Too many. So this is going to use up a lot of logs. But that's fine. We need an orderly corral for our horses and our donkeys. I have no idea if this is something you actually do, like in real life, if you would put a corral up together with donkeys and horses. I know that one viewer at least is a horse person and can probably tell me how stupid that is or how correct it is. It may be totally correct. The other thing we never did is made a fence for our pigses. And since we're going with really straight, lined up kind of fences, let's do that. Doesn't need to be a huge area. Let's keep enough space that we are not infringing on our free space around our fields. It's interesting. You can put this right up into there. And before we put anything down, let's destroy a bit. And gates and fences, unfortunately, do not really fit that well altogether. Like you can see that is a gap of one bit of fence, and the gate does not fit in there. And I personally find that kind of annoying, but it's just the way it is. We have to learn to live with it and work around it and put in our fences carefully. Sometimes very carefully. It's really fiddly. In fact, what I often do is redo a whole bit just to make sure that you kind of get it fitting correctly without any weird looking gaps between things and whatnot. So, about there, and run this over about there. So that makes for a reasonable pig field, pigsty area. It's actually probably realistically way too small. Like for real pigs, it probably would be, but these aren't real pigs. They are essentially manure machines. There we go. Gate, fence, all good. Happy as pigs in shit, as they say. Gate, plank gate. Yeah, I can't afford. See, now my money is up a bit. Oh, that's just because my there is money in the resource storage because market stalls have been working, doing their jobs. Okay, I like how that is coming together. It's nice. It's nice. And maybe the last thing for today, if you ever want to know what time it is, you can go up here to the map, and up on the left, top left, it shows you this is the third day of the season, and it is 1:30 in the afternoon, 1:30. So
Back to life.
the other thing I was thinking is reorganizing this bit right here. It feels very crowded to me. So first thing is we can get rid of the well for right now. And that's not going to make any difference to anyone because the well is just standing there. No one's actually using it.
One for the price of two.
And then if we come back here, I can put a food storage 2. Get it lined up-ish. And put it down there. Now, we may not have enough logs to build it. We might have to get more by tearing down the other one. Yeah, we're going to be a bit short on logs. Planks. Logs. Yeah, short on logs and planks. I don't remember, but I think Bill... Oh no, Bill still has logs. Good, good, good. That will help, but we're still not going to finish it because we're probably not going to have enough planks and enough logs to make more planks, but we'll see. Maybe we'll manage. It's weird aiming between these things. So what do we need? What do we need? So for there we need 6 planks, and for there we need 6 planks. That is 12. We need 6 logs for that. We might just manage. Six planks. 6 logs turned into 12 planks, actually. So something that I often forget, because I always drink straight from the well, but you can drink straight from a bucket, for example. So if I have a bucket of water here and I open up my inventory and go to food, I can drink straight from that bucket of water and then put it back. So not having a well for a minute doesn't hurt us. It's totally fine. Food storage. Finished. So now we can tear down this one and we'll see what we want to do with it. And I want to rotate the kitchen. So probably this will just be a process of rotating things and replacing things with other things. What do I mean by that? It probably didn't make any sense. We took down, or we put up a new food storage so that we could put down or take away the old food storage. And now we're taking down the old food storage so that we can put up a new kitchen where it is. Boom. So now we can put a kitchen here, and that'll allow us to take away the old kitchen. And we don't have... We are too full to do anything. So... Let's give Bill all the logs. That should be fine. Yeah.
Come see my wares. If you don't like what you find, well, we all make mistakes.
So, let's see about a production kitchen 2. Can we even put it there? No, of course not, because the ground is too uneven to build. Damn it. Damn it. So we might have to put it over here, which means we need to destroy the existing kitchen first. That's going to put our people out of work, but it's only for a couple minutes. And we're probably going to get totally weighed down again because all of these, as we're destroying things, we're getting 50% of the resources back. And those resources are going into our... Oh, the container inside is full. Yeah, correct.
Let's go.
I'm going to go over and dump all this stuff in the resource storage because there is a bunch of grain and a bunch of flour in the box in the kitchen, and you have to get that out of the box before you can destroy the building. So yeah, we should have some space in our inventory and in Bill's inventory so that we can do that. Let's ride him right in here. We want to take all of this. Oh, actually, it's not that much. That's okay. It's not that much. We're probably going to overload ourselves by destroying the rest of this. Oh, no. It's not that bad. So I'm thinking I probably need to take this tree out. And do we have a shovel? No, we don't have a shovel. Of course we don't.
Move on.
We should probably put a path across the market area between those two gates, because so far that is the place that we run the most, is back and forth across that market. So we can unload. I want the flour and the rye grain. I want to keep those in my inventory, just because we're definitely gonna just put them back in the kitchen's box as soon as we can. So now let's put the shovel in our wheel. Get rid of this stuff. And go back here. So, buildings, production, kitchen 2. And we're keeping it back from the road this time. Yeah, I think that creates a nice little courtyardish area. And last but not least, let's see if we can do it. Extraction, the well can go right over here. Maybe. Yeah, and that makes a nice little courtyard area where our people can hang out and eat and get their food and water. And we can make a nice little area out of this as well. So get this done, put the guys back to work, and that will probably finish our day and our spring. So we are just missing 12 planks. Yeah, like I said, running across between these two gates constantly, to the point where I might actually think about taking those iron gates out because they just slow us down. How many was it? I don't remember how many it was. I'm going to make too many. Just that we have some extra. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be a nice little courtyard area for our people. There we go. That's finished. Got to make sure that we put our unemployed cooks back in the kitchen. Otherwise, our people are going to starve. So that's Bozibor and Odolan. Yep. Exactly. And we need to tell them what to make. So we were making flatbread with onion and maybe roasted fish meat. Not going to do right now, but maybe we could later. And gruel. So we want to make, I think we were making about 30% on gruel. And the rest flatbread with onion. I need to think about this for a sec. So gruel, first of all, we still are carrying a whole bunch of flour and rye grain. Put that in the box for the kitchen. So, let's see. If we look in the food storage, I forget. Gruel has... Oh, there's no gruel. Yeah, because they have high priority for eating gruel. And they've just been eating it, I guess. We can also see it in management and go to demand control. So gruel has a value of 28. We have a food demand of, let's call it 700. If we divide 700 by 28, that's 25. If we do 25 a day of gruel, that basically completely covers our food demand. And then they will not be eating the flatbread, which I don't want them to, and we can sell it. 25 a day of gruel. So that's 25 a day, and then flatbread with onion, we can make 10 a day. And then we can go to our food stall and tell them to sell flatbread with onion about 10 a day. Flatbread with onion, flatbread maybe. We're going to be making salted fish meat, but we're not yet. Anything else interesting to sell? Nope. I think that's it for now. So flatbread with onion. Cherry and plum are out because we only get those in summer. We can sell, yeah, six, almost 7 of those a day is also fine. So that means our food stall is working at 100%, and it's getting us about 400 and a bit coin a day, and it's pretty much sustaining itself. Yeah, cool. So that's our little courtyard. That feels a lot better. Now we have a path here, and it's not so super crowded. And I'll put a fence around this and make it nicer eventually. Maybe a couple of benches. And then up here in the forest, as at the very beginning of our episode, as Amelia was saying, the bench deficiency, you can see all our villagers are kind of just standing around.
Let's go!
So I think next episode, we're going to try and make this a bit nicer around these houses in the forest over here. Get some roads in, maybe a couple of fences, a couple of small gardens, and some places for our people to relax. Would not be bad. They would thank us for it. Over here, we've also got space. Like, there isn't a new building of any kind, like a completely new building of any kind that we need to build, that we haven't built yet. Other than the apiary, I mean, eventually the tavern and the windmill, but they're not going to go over here. The tavern might go over here somewhere, but the rest, there's space. So maybe we'll leave some space over here actually for the tavern to eventually go here. But for now, I think that's a good end to spring. We got a lot of various things done. The big news, I guess, is that we have a crest for Podplumicky. So until next season, I'd say it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Bogusz. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please leave a like and give it a sub if you want to go keep up with my ongoing Let's Play series and tutorials. And I hope you're enjoying your medieval dynasty, and I'll see you in summer.